Is it true that Cypriots migrated to Africa at any time of their history? Welcome to South King TV. I'm South King, and this is a very pertinent question that I'm gonna be answering today, especially knowing that the reaction after the match in Nicosia on the 20th, that is last Saturday, there have been crazy reaction even on South King TV. Some of these wannabe racists come here and say go back to your country. So actually, where did this idea come for me to want to know about if Cypriots actually migrated to Africa? It's because like on the videos I've been posting on South King TV, some of these guys who want to be racist, as I call them, will come and say go back to your country, we don't want migrants and all that. And in the comment section too, I saw a couple of times some other guys saying yes, Africa hosted Cypriots in a time in history. And I'm like, yes, I've been reading this and I didn't take it seriously. And then it came to my spirit like, wait, if Cypriots are so against migrants, are so against you coming to look for a better life in Cyprus, or whatever reasons that brings you in Cyprus, could it be possible that they moved to Africa for whatsoever reason? I mean, even if you told me they moved to Africa for school, I'll be wondering, like, what? The almighty Cypriots moved to Africa for whatsoever reason? Because the way you see some of them, they behave, you just think like, well, I'll talk of Africans, but I know it's not only Africans who are migrants here, but I'll talk of African because I'm an African. So yeah, so I'll just feel like, how is it even possible? Like the almighty Cypriots could move to Africa. So I tried to do some findings, and the findings that I did, the things that I discovered are mind-blowing. I mean, when I discovered this, I was like, really? So Cypriots actually migrated to Africa. They didn't go there for school. Anyway, let's go deep into this program and see exactly what this story is all about. I'm so excited. The Republic of Cyprus and the Republic of South Africa share a history dating back more than a century through the various movements of Cypriot immigrants who started arriving at the end of the 19th century. One of the first documented Cypriot immigrant to arrive South Africa left his village of Paphos and made the long voyage to arrive in South Africa in 1895. Mr. Konstantinos Vitidis established himself and quickly rose as one of the earliest leaders of the Cypriot community in South Africa. He remained supportive of the fledgling Cypriot community and became the first president of the Cypriot Brotherhood in 1934. The period of significant immigration to South Africa were a little before and during the Second World War, from 1955 to 1959, then again in the 1960s. The last period of significant Cypriot immigration occurred after the Turkish invasion of Cyprus in 1974 and lasted until 1979. These times represent periods of political instability and socio-economic insecurity in Cyprus. The bulk of Cypriot immigrants during these times were young, unemployed males, mostly from the rural areas of Cyprus. Arriving with few skills, they found their niche in South African society, generally working at street cafes. As they learned the business, many went on to open their own street cafes, tea rooms, and corner cafes that became popular rest and meeting places in the growing South African cities. The number of Cypriot immigrants slowly started to increase as word spread back home about the bright future one could make for himself in South Africa. Soon, brothers, cousins and nephews joined those already in the country. Today, the number of Cypriot South Africans spread throughout the Southern African region total more than 25,000 people. Cypriots remain a significant part of the South African economic and social communities and continue to contribute grossly to the economic and social development of the country. As they establish themselves and their families, Cypriots have moved from owning tea rooms and cafes to owning and operating successful large businesses like hypermarkets and restaurants. They have expanded into various professions, and for most Cypriots, their children have graduated from universities and are exercising various professions such as doctors, advocates, university professors, architects, teachers, and engineers. Cypriots are not only part of the Cypriot Brotherhood, which was founded in 1934 by a group of Cypriots who felt the urge to keep their traditions and beliefs alive, but are and were also active members of all the Hellenic communities around South Africa since their establishment. So as you guys have seen for yourself, it's clear that Cypriots actually moved to South Africa, actually migrated to South Africa, actually were given the opportunity to set up business, actually were given the opportunity to send their children to school, and they form, as for now, more than 25,000 South African citizens who are Cypriot. So they are Cypriots who are Africans as we talk at this moment, where us in Cyprus at this moment we cannot even have a car, we cannot get married. They make marriage so complicated for us. We cannot even go back to school. There is no mechanism to support us to really establish in Cyprus. I mean, history teaches us a lot. So these people who usually come and say go back to your country, the politicians in Cyprus who are doing everything to keep people away, I don't know if this history was not taught to them, or if the history was taught to them but they choose to ignore it, or they don't just want to help people as they were helped when they had desperate situations. I mean, this video says everything by itself, so you guys just tell me what you think in the comment section. But I'm really shocked to see the actual behavior of Cypriots towards migrants when they have been migrants not only in Africa and other parts of the world as well. This is all for today, so let's continue this conversation in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe.